The Insta360 Go3S is a pretty intriguing little camera. And when I say little, I mean like tiny. This thing pops out and it becomes this tiny little camera. That's the smallest camera I think I've ever used. Now there's a lot that goes into this action camera that makes it super unique and different than many of the other competitors. And so that is what we're going to talk about today, is what makes this camera unique and why I actually like using this maybe more than some of the other action cameras on the market. So let's dive into it. Let's start by talking about the video specs right out the gate. This thing can shoot up to 4K 30 frames per second, where the previous generation could only shoot 2.7K. So that's what really sets this apart from its previous generation. Now, of course, a lot of these action cameras are shooting up to 8K now, which is awesome. But my opinion on this is that it's not really trying to be the best action camera on the market. It's trying to be really good at what it does. And what does it do? Well, it separates from itself and it becomes the tiniest action camera on the market. I absolutely love how small and compact this thing is, and there's some clever design, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that makes it even better. If you're someone that likes shooting in slow motion, well, we have good news, because you can shoot 100 frames per second in 2.7K and 200 frames per second at 1080p. In video mode, they also have what's called flow state, which is image stabilization. So for those of you who like vlogging and walking with your camera, that you don't have to worry so much about a gimbal, or like me, I like mounting cameras on cars, which means that it can be a pretty rough ride. So having flow stabilization makes it a little bit easier to have that smooth, buttery footage. There are different levels of that stabilization that you can use. There's standard, high, and max, so you can pick what one works best for your situation. When it comes to the field of view on this camera, now you have a very wide field of view, and you have 5 different selections, all the way up from super wide into a more narrow field of view. So this is currently the widest focal length you can get on this camera, and it is exactly an arm's length away. So this is about what you're going to get at the widest part. This is what they call the mega focal length. This is now the ultra focal length. This is what they call the D-warp focal length, and this is the narrow focal length. The way that I tend to use action cameras is I actually prefer the narrow field of view, because it takes away that warping that you can get sometimes from cameras. If you're someone that likes action sports, well, then you can actually use the action field of view, which is going to capture the most amount of content, and then you can crop and dive in and do everything that you want in editing. Another really smart feature that this has in video is that it has essentially what's called a horizon lock. So if you're filming with the Go3S and it's tilting a little bit, it will adjust for you in camera. Unless you're using the ultra wide, like the action view, then it doesn't allow you to do that tilt adjustment. So just be aware there are some limitations depending on which view you're shooting in, but you can see it right on the screen here when you're setting that up. When I'm shooting in video, you can shoot with a log profile, but I tend to just use their standard profile because I'm going to do some color adjusting in post-production. They also have a vivid color profile, which if you're looking to just send these videos straight to your phone, which we'll get into later, super cool, then you can, and you're already going to have some really bright and well-adjusted contrast and saturation that makes your video footage look pretty darn crispy. Now, of course, you can shoot in manual mode if you are a pro and want to take full control of this camera. You can also get ND filters and things to put on top of it, but I tend to just shoot in automatic mode. For me, with action cameras, I want to just put it on, wear it, and let the camera do all the work, and they're pretty darn good at doing that. As you can see, when I was shooting my POV video with the Taycan, this did a great job of adjusting for exposure for me, so I didn't have to worry about it. Now, one thing I do recommend, set your exposure meter to -0.3 or -0.7. What that's going to do, it's going to make sure that all of your highlights aren't overexposed, and it's easier to bring back details in the shadowy or dark areas. And in fact, you could even throw a little fade on it or a LUT if you want, which I sell down below, go check those out. But honestly, the color profiles coming out of this camera are pretty good as is. Now, of course, beyond video recording, you have a ton of other preset options in here, one of which is called free frame video. What free frame video allows you to do is shoot one time, and then in post, you can tell Insta360 how you want it to export that, whether you want it in vertical mode, 1:1 mode, or 16:9, essentially any option that you want to for social media. As well, it has time lapse, it has time shift, it has slow motion, loop recording, star lapse, interval photo, HDR photo, and just regular photography. But for me, I've been using this mostly as an action video camera. And I know that when you see this online, it looks like a piece of cheap video camera, but it's not. It's actually really well built and intelligent. The feel of the camera isn't plasticky. Well, it's kind of plasticky, but it's more like that rubber solid feeling plasticky, not so much like gonna break immediately plastic. It feels a little bit weighty and it feels like it's gonna be a solid camera. It has a 2.2-inch screen on the back, which allows you to monitor this when you pull this guy out. And this is what really sets this camera apart from any of the other action cameras on the market. Camera's outside the car, I'm in the car, and you can start it. It's quite a hack. I love it. Now, what's really cool about what Insta360 has done is they've given us a ton of different accessories to be able to shoot this in different ways. So you can mount it on your chest, you can mount it on your head with a hat mount, you can mount this on your car with a car suction mount. There are tons of different options. And this one here comes with the kit, so you can actually magnetize this little thing on here. And this is a quarter thread mount, so you can kind of put this anywhere and then adjust this as needed. As well, if you're wanting to shoot vertical mode, it's super easy. You obviously just twist it, the camera will understand that it's now in vertical mode and you're shooting vertical. So this clip is really cool and it works for both the mini mode when this thing's out of the dock, and it also works for when it's inside the dock. You can just clip it on there. So that actually brings me to how this camera works and its battery runtime. So you get 140 minutes when this thing is in the action pod, and you get 38 minutes of record time when it is separate from the action pod. Now, this will charge back up to 80% battery life in 23 minutes and 100% battery life in 35 minutes. So depending on how you're using this and you need it to get recharged, then you just need to make sure to plan your battery life accordingly. Another thing you need to plan accordingly is that this does not have an SD card in it. So it comes with internal storage. You can get either 64 gigabytes of internal storage or 128. In my experience, I recommend getting the higher storage option. When I was shooting POV, you kind of just turn the thing on and let it run, so you're not paying full attention to maybe which clips you're going to use. So I highly recommend getting 128 if you have it in your budget, because it's going to make a big difference in not having to format this every time you need to go out for a shoot. And I tend to not format very often. I'm kind of bad at that. Another thing that I think sets this camera apart in a positive way is that the app with Insta360 is really well built. In fact, I enjoy going on the app because they have a ton of clever ideas for you that give you suggestions on what you can film. So it gives you shot ideas, specifically for me in automotive space. It actually has automotive ideas, which is awesome. It also is really slick to transfer your videos from the camera into your phone. The connection is really slick from the camera to the phone. You can transfer your photos and videos directly, and it has a feature where it will AI edit your videos for you. So for those of you who are just looking for an action camera to capture your vacations or your quick drives, and you want this to do all the hard work of editing, well, now you have some auto editing options inside the Insta360 app. If you guys are in the market for an action camera, highly recommend checking out the Insta360 Go3S. There's a link down below for you guys, and you'll get an extra goodie if you use that link down below. So go check it out. Thank you, Insta360, for sponsoring this video and sending me the camera and the accessories. As always, guys, make sure you do your research, go to the page and see if it has all the specs that you need. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. You might like that video there, and I really do hope I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.